Hi. It's Charlotte Pierce finishing her breakfast, and I'm the producer of this IPNE's Indie Office Hours, as we're calling it now. We are on Thursdays every morning at 10 Eastern Time, and we welcome anyone from New England or anywhere else. But we are talking about independent publishing and the process of publishing more than books themselves, although we have another show that's called Face the Book TV, which we will be resurrecting here shortly at our conference in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So we have, why don't we introduce ourselves? I'm Charlotte Pierce, and I have a small micro boutique publishing company, I like to call it, called Pierce Press. I have 3 imprints. Pedagogy Books is the alternative education. Day Tripper Books is our travel, and Giggle Quick Books is our children's imprint. So we've books percolating in all 3 of those. And I'm president of IPNE. We're gearing up for a conference this weekend in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So I think we're going to see Shell there, right? Well, Shell is getting his coffee maybe. And Grace, want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Grace Stevens. I'm a writer. I'm a blogger on Huffington Post, and probably have 6 or 7 other lives.
Nice to see you, honey.
Sorry, Charlotte, I was across the room.
No problem. We're very loose and informal here.
Yeah, this is Shel Horowitz, co-founder of IPNE back in the day, not very active lately. My next book actually will not be published by my own imprint, but some with and some without.
Okay. We're having a little trouble hearing you. Maybe one way you can handle this is to step down the bandwidth. So it may be, I don't know if it's going out or coming in that the problem is. But so Shel, thanks for founding IPNE. Are you shocked that we're still percolating along? Can't hear you too well. Sorry. You're muted now, so we've always had trouble. It may be the part of the state that you're at. Grace, what do you want to talk about today?
What's happening tomorrow?
What?
I am nonstop. I don't even know what day it is right now, so somehow tomorrow I guess I'm going to the conference.
Oh, right, you are, yeah. Is it just one day that you're going to?
Or? I'm going to go, and then I'm just day tripping tomorrow, and then day tripping on Saturday too, so I'll be there most days.
Nice.
A new adventure.
So you're going to come back home, or are you going to stay up there?
No, I'm going to come back home to day trip.
Okay. I think there is one more conference room, so if anybody listening wants to join the, or take that room, apparently it's free, or I mean not free, but it's available. It's $150 or something like that. Don't take my word for it. Might be more. Shel, are you just join us anytime you want? Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I am unmuted, but it sounded like you couldn't hear me.
Well, oh, I see. Yeah, no, you were muted for a while, but now you're not. So
okay,
good.
Good.
Okay, no, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, you asked if I were surprised that IPNE is still chugging along, and the answer is not really. I'm very pleased that it's gotten professionalized and has paid staff and all sorts of other things it did not have in the early days. But I know that people like Tortoise and Pam have done a lot to keep the organization going through its low points, and those are people with a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's starting to evolve, and we're actually going to be celebrating their contributions at the conference. So you said you were not going to be able to come?
No, I've got such a crazy
Yeah, I love your postings about your garden. It's just great. Where is it? You live in Hatfield, or?
No, Hadley, very close to Hatfield. Hatfield is
Okay.
just north of Northampton, and I'm just east of Northampton. And
Yeah,
a wonderful, wonderful area. And
it's a lot.
we've
There's a
had
lot
some,
of writing and publishing out there.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
we even had some IPNE events out here some years back.
Hmm. Well, we'd be happy to come out and run a workshop or something. I've got a bunch of people who want to participate in that and that kind of thing. And I like to get out and around and meet people where they are, because then you get a whole different perspective on your members and what their environment is like. And
Yeah. Well, we could talk about maybe doing something in the spring. That
yeah, let's
plenty
do
of
that.
time, I think, to find a venue and.
Yeah, just bring some authors and publishers. If you do know some other people who do just publish other people's books.
A few, I don't know many,
Hmm.
and those that I do know have never been involved in IPNE. I think they think of themselves as too big for us.
Yeah,
There's a publisher in Northampton who does like 100 titles a year.
that's pretty big. I mean, we have 100 fresh titles a year.
I think so, yeah. Very,
Wow.
very large imprint for an independent publisher.
Yeah, I mean, I just met someone in Newton who does 17, well, has 17 going now in print. And a lot of people seem to be doing this kind of book coaching, and the author helps pays for the production and stuff. And, I don't know quite what to call it. Do you?
Somewhere between book shepherding and subsidy publishing. I
Yeah.
do the book shepherding piece, but I make people go out and get their own ISBNs and form their own publishing companies.
Right. That was what I was wondering. How to handle that. I mean, I do sort of the collaborative publishing, and if someone wants to get their own ISBN, I encourage them to do that. But like the author I'm working on, this Greek children's book, we're sharing the costs and we're sharing the decisions, and it's been an interesting journey. But she's just delightful to work with.
You can call it
So,
co-publishing.
co-publishing, yeah, yeah. I call it collaborative publishing, but that's about the same thing, right?
Yeah,
So,
you will excuse me for jumping back and forth. I have to have lunch on the table for 11:30, and it is in process.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, let's.
Today, as it happens, both Dina and I will not be able to do a house dinner, so we're having house lunch, and I have a dentist appointment at 1, so working backwards. That's why I keep disappearing from the screen.
No, that's fine. We would love to pursue this idea of a workshop out there, though. I think that's a terrific idea.
Yeah, okay, well, you and I can exchange some emails about that, and we'll figure it out.
Good, and I'll kind of sound people out at the conference. But
So
do what you need.
I'm sorry, the book that I use is out in that area, and she actually has done it all for me. Just put everything together. That I sent her a manuscript. She pulled ISBN numbers, did everything, got it all up on all the online services for me. So it was kind of turnkey for me. Just give her money.
You call her a book shepherd.
I call her a book shepherd. She's an editor, but she did it all for me. She did it and put it all together. I have ISBN numbers now for 10 books, so I'm pretty interactive, pretty easy for me. So a lot of things that you're teaching, I pretty ignore because I just throw dollars at it to one person. And I just write. So it's actually pretty good, and she's out in that area.
Yeah, so out in the Western Mass.
Yeah, so she's at Shutesbury. And I was invited. I'm going out in 2 weeks in Northampton to talk to a PFLAG group. I think on May 13th, on October 13th.
Sorry, what is B flag or P
flag? PFLAG is Parents of Lesbian and Gay Youth.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something acronymic.
And trans youth, so it's really.
And that's. What town is that in?
It's going to be in Northampton.
Okay. we'll take some pictures and, blog about it. We have a blog too. We love to have our members, use that, and Shell, you're welcome to as well. And we take it from there. When we have a blog post, we'll tweet it. There's social media buttons up there.
Okay.
And, it just gives us something to talk about, some content, way to show people what our members are doing. Shell, if you want to blog about your new book project, that would be great too.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
I know it's another thing to do. I mean, I have this wonderful project that I'm doing. It's a collaborative editing and publishing project, and called the Peeragogy Project. It's about collaborative or peer learning and peer production. And so we get together every week on a hangout like this and edit. We do what we call hive editing, so it's everybody's on the same document doing stuff, and we're talking about what we're doing. So it's kind of like we read each other that way. And I want to blog about it, but I just oh my God, wait, how do I get the 5 minutes to do that? Today I'm doing the presentation for the book awards, and got to get that done today, and certificates and things like that. So it's interesting, trying to fit it all in. How do you do your time management, Shell? You're muted now. Oh, no, you're not.
Time management. It's a challenge. I tend to work in short bursts, and I also tend to have many things going at once. So the reason my mic was muted was that I was about to start writing an article while listening to this, and I didn't want you guys to be disturbed by my tappity tap tap tap.
I got it. Yeah, I'm sort of I've got 3 screens. Let me just show you. So there's us, and there's my other screen, and there's my other screen.
Well, that would be nice to have. I don't think it would work so well on my skinny little laptop screen.
No, side by side. Yeah, I mean, some people do that. But have you used this Blab?
I have not. I was curious about it. I forgot which internet marketing guru was going on and on about it. I think it was Joel Comm, and I tried to get in on his Blab, and I couldn't figure out how. Of course, it's taken me a year to finally figure out how to access your Google Hangouts.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's I think, you can share a link, but then people need certain things, like they need headphones, mic, webcam.
Yeah, well, that's built into a lot of computers, but I clicked your link and I got to a static page on Google Plus, and it took me a while to figure out that if I clicked on the one that says live video now, which was hard to see, that I got in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes I include a little guide with the invitation, but because
I don't do a lot of Google Hangouts. I'm pretty rusty with them. I have some other conferencing tools that I use more often and I'm more familiar with. And even then, Skype is always changing how you do things, and I haven't used Zoom in a while.
Yeah.
But time management is definitely an issue, and I find that I think about ahead of time what I want to get done each day, and I kind of allocate it around client work, my own work, social media, which I try to keep to about a half hour a day, and email, which is always the tyrant, and I just made a decision about a year ago that I simply was not going to worry about getting through my email. I will open the 30 or so that look important, and the rest will not get opened, the other 300.
Yeah, I have been using features of Inbox, the Gmail Inbox. You can thumbtack things that you need to follow up on. And you can just sweep. They call it sweeping. You just sweep everything. So it's really a great feeling.
Yeah, I finally also upgraded to the next level of Gmail because I got sick and tired of spending hours emptying my inbox and then not being able to retrieve messages I had cleaned.
Yeah,
but it's a challenge. I felt like I was much more organized when I was able to use Eudora as an email client, and in fact, for a long time, I still used my much older desktop computer because it supported Eudora, and then Eudora stopped working. Well, that looks very impressive.
I mean, I know Eudora, yeah. This is Asana, and so you get an inbox. This is just isolated to IPNE. So, you know, and then I can put my other, so I've got Pierce Press, household and personal projects. But you've got tasks, dashboard, and most of the IPNE members, or I mean team and board members are using it. There's been a bit of an insurrection in certain quarters, and you know, it's just, but everything's here that I need to deal with for this conference, and it has, I mean, there's a number of different tools you can use. There's Basecamp and a bunch of other things, but I did some research, and Asana seemed to be the best one, and now one of our board members at the Paul Parisi with the HF group is going to be implementing it in his company, because he kind of balked at it too, but when he saw how it's centralized and actually it can eliminate most email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking for a project management thing that is affordable to free, and also a decent scheduler, and one that I find that most of the calendars have some limitations that I don't like. So I am using, this is my calendar organizing system.
Yeah, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
4 column a day, full page per day, paper calendar. But I see its limitation. Like some of them, for example, it wants me to only communicate through my Gmail address, which I never give out. So that's totally useless, because I'm getting invitations to 3 other addresses. And
yeah, this Asana, it will notify people via email, but it's you can set it up so, you know, it will take, for each of my project areas or my work areas, it'll take, you know, as a different email, and then you can email to it, or you can shut off, you know.
Yeah, I will look into it. I wrote down the URL. It's
free up to 15 users, so we're at about 13 here, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I like it. I mean, it's not the magic bullet, but it has really improved my life.
Okay, I will definitely look into it. Thank you.
I can't say that everyone on the board is or in the teams are agreeing with me, but you know, they just haven't drank the Kool-Aid.
Right. Okay. So, well, I am going to mute myself, but I'm going to keep listening.
Okay, good. So we have been talking about book shepherding, co-publishing, collaborative publishing, and those are topics we will be discussing at the conference as well. Let me just okay, I had to tell my husband I'm on the phone. We have like 3 levels on our house, and my office is in the basement, so he's like, Carlos. I'll just share the conference page. If you are on the fence about it, it starts tomorrow, and it's got a rich variety of topics that are extremely relevant to independent publishers. I always love the conference. I've been to 4 of the 5 that we've had, and so we have a panel starting out tomorrow night. It's with a bookseller, a bookstore owner, and a publisher, Deirdre Randall and Tom Holbrook. The book awards are at 4:15, right before the keynote, and I've got to get the presentation done. But the Saturday is Jim Milliot from, I think he's the Publishers Weekly guy, right? Yeah, and Nancy Stosic from Forward. and then we go to breakouts, distribution, marketing, niche audiences, zero inventory, with Nancy from Forward, podcasting with Jack Rochester, and more from Forward, or actually Nancy is from Ingram, I think, and Victoria Sutherland's from Forward, and Jim Elliott. So they'll all be repeating, or not repeating, but talking more about their topics later on Saturday. Ebooks, an editing session, marketing for the introvert, which a lot of our members need. I don't think Grace suffers from that, but many people do.
How many people were angry mouth?
Yeah, and publishing contracts. Paul Durham, he's an attorney specializing in intellectual property. Publishing a series with George Gears, who's a seasoned publisher, and former New Hampshire Writers Project director. And then at the end, we're going to wrap up with an Ask the Experts session, which was always very popular and wonderful. It gets, down to your specific questions. So speakers and workshops, we have if you go to IPNE.org, we have, and even if you don't come, these are good people to know, and you can get their presentations from them and from us if you come. But they always welcome inquiries, especially about a place that they spoke. And Robert Grave, shelf awareness. Jim's with Publishers Weekly, Nancy's with Ingram, as I was saying, and then Angela Bull will be moderating Jim and Nancy's session on Saturday. She's the director of the Independent Book Publishers Association. Paul Durham is the lawyer, Tanya Gold is the editor, and Tom Holbrook, River Run Books in, is that New Hampshire, Piscataqua Press? Shell? George Gears is in New Hampshire. Michelle Ollie, Niche Audience, Center for Cartoon Studies. And that is one I think I'm going to try and go to, because I'm doing my first ever graphic novel. And it's about Gandhi. So I know there is one already, but and then Crystal is, she's been organizing the book awards, but I don't think she'll be able to come. Stephen Porter is the Association of Rhode Island Authors, and he has his own marketing and publishing company. He's a past master at marketing. Amy Ray is a successful author, and I love her shirt. I think it's Books Shelves. Theodore Randall. Jack Rochester's talking on podcasting. We have more on niche audiences from a romance novelist. Victoria Sutherland from Forward, Joshua Talent from Firebrand. He's on the board of IBPA now, and he's a nonfiction editor, Melissa Wuske. And the marketing for introverts, we have Phil Zuckerman, who's Applewood Books distributor, and he distributes the books of Tortoise Isselhart now, who's one of our founding members in our current incarnation. So we're going to wrap up here in a minute. Anything y'all want to say? Another thing we have is a home. After the conference, which has been consuming us, we have 3 big cooperative marketing events, and Grace is involved with all 3 of them, I think. New England Independent Booksellers, which is the bookstores, Boston Book Festival, that's always fun, and especially if it's really nice weather. It's just a classic fall New England thing. And I'm not on screen share. New England Library Association is one of our favorites as well. Tortoise Isselhart will be chairing that one. And then we had Bookstock and Arlington Town Day this summer. Those are past now, but they were really fun places to meet people, and just, people just don't always know that we exist, so in their busy lives. Anything else to cover? When's your book coming out, Shel?
The pub date is March 15th, 2016. The book is called, by the way, Guerrilla Marketing to Heal the World. And it is another guerrilla marketing book partnership with the late J. Conrad Levinson. It'll probably be one of his last ones. And my first book in that series was Guerrilla Marketing Goes Green, which was published by Wiley in 2010. This one is being published by Morgan James. And I'm very, very excited about it because I've been, for the last couple of years, really on a mission to retool my business, to show other businesses how to change the world, specifically how to make poverty, war, and catastrophic climate change. So I was very interested, Charlotte, to hear you're working on a graphic novel about Gandhi, of all people, as of course is one of my heroes. I'm trying to make this the biggest book launch I've ever done, which means that I have to reach well more than the 5 million or so people I reached with the launch of Guerrilla Marketing Goes Green, and get more of them to actually buy the book. So that's been where a lot of my energy has been going. The book is complete. It's in the production phase, and I have been massively working on compiling lists of people who I want to invite to be launch partners and media sponsors and all the rest of it. So it's a very busy time for me.
Well, let's collaborate, and we can be part of a workshop or something in the spring. That would be great.
Yeah, maybe on something, maybe on books and social change. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a great topic. No, I mean, I think that's why a lot of people, get the passion to do a book, is because they really want to have something lasting that changes people's minds, or, gives them resources to change their lives and the world. So, yeah.
And what was I forgot her name already, the other woman who's talking about
Yeah, Grace Stevens.
Grace. She was saying something about an event in Northampton, or she was coming to Northampton. I didn't quite.
Yeah, I'll put her in touch with you. It's a group of, like LGBT group, I think, and including young people.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So on the event page for this event, you can connect with her, I think. Here's, I put it in the chat. So we're going to wrap up, but we are here every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and we would love to hear your topics and how you're faring in the publishing world, the brave new world of independent publishing. We have lots of people who can help you out. So, it's all about connecting with people and collaborating, and that's how we can raise everyone's boat. So we'd love to have new participants and regulars too. So thanks, Shel, and we'll see you all next Thursday or at the conference.
Okay.
Okay.